Look, there are flaws and I'm going to talk about them, but holy smokes, I enjoyed this game. So if you know nothing about Octopath, you choose one of 8 travelers, which essentially boils down to who you want locked into your party at all times, and follow their separate stories through 4 chapters. Now, one of the flaws in this game is that the characters don't interact with each other outside of short banter cutscenes starting in chapter 2. Like, you go from town to town in order to help them with their current problem and recruit them / join their cause, yet they don't talk to each other and each story is completely separate from one another. Now, this is a bummer, but I still really enjoyed each story. Well, except for Ophelia's story. She was boring as heck. And she said "Your Excellency" way too much. Like, she says it a lot. Anyway, the stories are completely separate, and I was fine with that. The characters are interesting and endearing, their stories captured my attention, except for Ophelia's, and once I treated the game as 8 separate stories instead of one story interconnected through 8 perspectives, it was much better. Yes, a missed opportunity, but not a game breaker. Now to gush about this game. Firstly, the music. You guys, the music! It's so good. The well-composed music is catchy, fits perfectly with each character, event, or area, and is wonderfully implemented into the game. Plus, the general audio cues in the game are just so darn good. For example, whenever I use a freezing spell in a battle, the glass-shattering sound of ice forming then breaking is just so satisfying. Okay, I know that's weird, but dang it, it's so good. The only thing more impressive than the audio are the visuals and art direction. Pixel artwork done extremely well and placed within various diorama set pieces. There had to have been at least 10 times in which I thought to myself, Bauer, you know what? I think this was the most beautiful section in the game. I'm going to see. Shortly after, I would walk into a glistening winter wonderland or a glittering sandy beach with sun reflecting off the water in the distant background, creating this neat out-of-focus depth to visuals. Mix this with moving pieces like wind whooshing through trees and brush, diverse locales, excellent and varied monster designs, and semi-open sections while traveling, and you've got a gorgeous game. Seriously, this game is pretty. Okay, I lied. There is one more thing that is as impressive as the audio and art direction. The gameplay, of course. It is so good. As you walk around between towns, you can encounter random battles with enemies. Personally, I'm usually not fond of these random encounter type games, but I never really had any issues with it. Plus, there's a character in the game that can have a support skill equipped that reduces the chances of these random battles happening, so, there's that. Anyway, the battle mechanics have depth, are incredibly fun, and very intuitive. Each enemy has a specific amount of attacks that can break their defense. The fun is finding what these vulnerabilities are. Each enemy has a different breaking point as well. One enemy may be left defenseless after 1 hit from a vulnerable weapon, while others can have 8, 9, 10, 11. You see where I'm going with this. Once an enemy's defense has been broken, they don't attack for the rest of the turn and the following turn. Thanks to the 8 different characters, you have the abilities of a cleric, scholar, merchant, warrior, dancer, apothecary, thief, and Pokemon trainer. I mean animal friend, hunter. Yeah. There's some grind to be had in this game, but honestly, this is supposed to be a throwback to JRPGs of old, so there shouldn't be any surprise there. Personally, I didn't have any issues with this. I just planned my next steps with the proper characters in my party who could level up on my way to another character's next chapter. Handheld mode is great, by the way. Everything looks and runs very well, and the portability helped me put hours into this game. Okay, I could honestly keep going, but let me sum this up. Music and audio, outstanding. Visuals and art design, superb. Gameplay, excellent. Throw in a little bit of bump and grind and completely separated stories, and you have Octopath Traveler. So, let's get to those bullet points.